Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing something different. I have questions. I've always been curious, does the amount of time that you marinate a piece of meat really make that big of a difference? So we're going to be experimenting and I'm excited to be doing this, but I honestly want to know, does the length of time that you marinate make a difference? Will the meat be more tender? Will it have more flavor? Is it necessary to do it ahead of time at all? So that's what we're going to be starting today. I'm going to start with a marinade and we will go from there. Alright, so for today's marinade, I'm kind of winging this. I have an idea in my head about the flavor profile that I want to have, but we're going to go for this. So I'm going to start with some olive oil. This is like the robust extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put a good bit because I plan on marinating a good many things. Alright. And we're going to do, I'm going to use some of this pre-chopped garlic. You guys already know if you watch the channel. I don't have to repeat it over and over again. I'm going about a tablespoon. A little heavy on the garlic, but that's what I'm going for. Then we're gonna go in with lime. I know that's kind of an odd one, but I want some lime. I'll roll this lime. And give it some acidity, a little bit of citrus. Now I'm gonna do some soy sauce. Not really measuring with my heart right now. I've got some onion powder. A little bit of salt. I don't want to go, I'm actually gonna measure this off separate because I don't accidentally want to put too much since we have that soy sauce. Black pepper. Go a little heavier on the black pepper. Need some of this spicy brown mustard. Just a little bit. Alright, and we're gonna add some of this Worcestershire sauce. Again, measuring with my heart here. That's got to get really good flavor, so we're gonna stop right there. I've got this chicken breast, and this is actually both breasts still attached, so this was off of the same bird. I felt like this would give me the best chance at having equal portion sizes on each piece. So I'm gonna just trim these up and separate them. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna split this right down the middle, so now I'm separating each breast. And then we're gonna split each breast in half again. Try to go right down the middle here, because we're gonna have 4 different time frames. Okay. So these should all be pretty close in weight and thickness to give us the best results possible. We're gonna marinate these at different intervals. We're gonna have a 24-hour marinade, a 12-hour, 4-hour, and then we're gonna marinate the last one within like maybe 30 minutes of starting the cook. So pretty much right at cook time. And then we're gonna see, does it make a difference? I'm really curious because I'm really bad about not planning ahead enough to marinate the day before or even marinate 12 hours before. I'm usually marinating a few hours, if not just right at time for cook. So I'm really curious to see how big of a difference this makes. Will the meat be more tender? Will it have more flavor? Will it make a difference at all? We're gonna find out. We're gonna start off by putting one of these. I've got some Ziploc bags, let me show you guys. All right, so I've got these 4 Ziploc bags. Each one is labeled with the time. And I'm going to start with my 24-hour And I'm gonna put an equal amount of marinade in each one. So we're gonna go ahead and split this marinade up. All right, we're gonna try to make this as even as possible. So I don't want to pre-season these because I don't want the salt to start pulling any of the moisture out, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these and place them into a bag. That's my 30-minute one, so that one won't be done until tomorrow. Let's see if I can open up the bag single-handed. There we go. This is the one that will be done 4 hours before our cook. 12 hours, which means I will be getting up at 4 a.m. to put the marinade in this bag. And then this is the one that the marinade is going in now. So I'm going to take this first one. And as bad as I would like to pre-season this chicken, I'm not going to, just for the sake of keeping everything even. Alright, so I'm going to seal the bags that are not getting marinade right now. Get all that air out. And for the 24-hour, we are going to go ahead. I'm going to stir my marinade. Make sure I've got everything dispersed. And then I'm going to get 1/3 of a cup. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Alright. 1/3 of a cup of marinade going into the bag. Just like that. Alright, let me wipe this bag off. I made a big mess. So that's going to go into the bowl. And then in 12 hours, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of this marinade into our next bag, and so on and so forth until tomorrow when we decide to cook them. So I will see you guys in 12 hours. Pray for me. All right, we are back. It is now the next day. It is right at the 24-hour mark. So this is I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. I'm really curious. So we have our 24-hour piece of chicken. This has now been marinating since yesterday at 4 p.m. We've got our 12-hour. This was the one that got me up in the middle of the night to get started, but sacrifices. Then we've got our 4-hour. I started this one at noon. And our 30 minutes, I started this one 30 minutes ago. So we're going to go ahead and take all 4 of these, and I'm going to put them into the same pan on the stove top so that everything cooks at the same time, at the same temperature, same pan. They're all similar size. I have got my thermometer here so that I can pull them all at the same temperature, and then we can give these a taste test and really truly see what marinating at different points does for your chicken. So let's get on over to the stove. All right, we are over here. Skillet's good and hot. So we're gonna go ahead and go on in. I'm gonna try to lay these as quickly as I possibly can. We've got 24, 12, 4, and then last is our 30. And there we go. Cover that up. And we're going to let those cook, but I'm going to keep a close watch on the temperature because I know that the ones in the center may cook a little faster, so I want this to be pulled off at the same temperature, not at the same time. So I'm going to watch these carefully, and I will see you guys back at the other counter. We've got everything all done, cooked. Everything is to temp. I've let them rest for probably about 10 minutes now. So I'm ready to cut in to each one of these and see what differences we can notice. Now, I've got these lined up in order, 24 hours, 12, 4, and then 30 minutes. So we're gonna start with the 24-hour, and I'm just gonna cut these right in half. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better what's going on. All right, so we've got our 24-hour. We're going to slice this right in half. Now the first thing I'm noticing is that there was juice that come running out of it whenever I sliced it. You can see here, yeah, there's juice even dripping off of it. Very soft. Okay. So now we're gonna slice our next one. This is the 12-hour. And there's actually more juice. You can see that puddle behind it. This one actually is showing still very tender. A lot of juice coming out of that one. That's interesting. Okay, and then this is our 4-hour. Okay. So 4-hour is actually not showing to be quite as much. It is still very tender and the meat is not dry, but it does not have as much of a puddle underneath it as the other two. And then finally we have the one that we marinated right before, so about 30 minutes before. And cutting into that one. Oh, look at there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's dripping. All right, and yeah, pretty tender. Okay, so honestly, this one's the outlier, but as you can probably see, this one was a little bit thicker, even though I tried to make these as even as possible. So that may have something to do with it, because this one did have to cook slightly longer to get to internal temperature. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. All right, let's go in for the taste test. We'll back y'all back out. All right, let's go in and try this 24-hour. I'm just gonna cut a bite off of that one. Very tender. It smells really good too. Okay. It's not dry at all. Like, at all. That is very tender. Okay, that's got a great texture. Alright. I'm on a palate cleanser. Pour myself some water. Okay. So next we have our 12-hour. Try to cut a similar size bite. Okay. All right. This one is tender, but not quite as tender as the 24-hour. Or at least that bite didn't seem to be. It's close. It's very close. But I felt like I had to do a little more chewing to get through that piece. All right, and now into our 4-hour. Okay. So far, that is the driest of the three. It's not dry, it's not unpleasant by any means, but it definitely is not as tender and juicy as the first two. But again, this may be an outlier because I did have to cook it a little bit longer. It cooked maybe 3 minutes longer than the rest of them because it was a little thicker. But it's still at the same internal temperature. So it's not that it's cooked anymore, it just took it a little bit longer. So I don't know. All right, so now let's go in with the one that was marinated right before. This is our 30-minute. Okay. Wow. Wow. That's the driest of the four. Even though it had a lot of juice running off of it, texture-wise, that is the toughest. And I also said that this one was tougher. And I believe that I remember, I might have to go back and look, but I do believe, I think I said that this one was very close, but still was slightly. So I think we may have just proven that the longer marinade gives you better results. All right, so I'm gonna go back in here and I'm gonna take a couple more little small bites just to confirm that. But I think we may have just got on board with the marinating the day before, which means I can't be lazy. Let's go back through. Okay. So absolutely. Okay, yeah, there is no doubt left in my mind whatsoever that this very clearly is going right down the scale of most tender and juicy to the driest. Now, flavor-wise, they're all the same. There's no difference in flavor. I don't think marinating it for longer gave it any extra flavor by any means. I can taste all of the marinade on this 30-minute one as much as I can the 24-hour. But it made a huge difference when it came to texture. So if you're not marinating your chicken the day before, you may want to give that a try because it is night and day difference. And I'm so glad that I did this experiment. So now I know the longer that I can let it marinate, the better it's probably going to be texture-wise. Alright y'all, well this was a fun video. I'm glad that we're able to kind of shake it up a little bit, do something different, and answer the question that I know that I had, and maybe that you guys were wondering also. So these were my results. Do with it what you may, but I definitely enjoyed the video today. Go ahead and drop a comment down below what else you may want to see me experiment with, if you want me to do this same type of thing with beef or chicken wings or whatever you may think. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit up our website, maddogsbarbecueco.com. Get you a bottle of sauce. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys next time.